Harry Ellis, author of 21st Century Superhuman. This is our 21st Century Superhuman live show. And let me turn this light a little bit, see if it's not quite so much in my face. Um, this morning, I want to share with you about the Hopi prophecies. And these are something that I kind of grew up with over the years in my spiritual path. And I think a lot of people don't really know about them today, maybe as much as we once did. So I'm going to read you, first of all, this one that is called A Hopi Elders Speaks. And I just think it's really beautiful, and I think it's really appropriate for us for right now. You have been telling the people that this is the 11th hour. Now you must go back and tell the people that this is the hour, and there are things to be considered. Where are you living? What are you doing? What are your relationships? Are you in right relation? Where is your water? Know your garden. And I'll insert in here, even if you live in a city or a suburb, we can have potted plants with our garden in it. Know your garden. It is time to speak your truth. Create your community. Be good to each other, and do not look outside yourself for the leader. Then he clasped his hands together, smiled, and said, "This could be a good time. There is a river flowing now very fast. It is so great and swift that there are those who will be afraid. They will try to hold on to the shores. They will feel they are torn apart, and they will suffer greatly. No, the river has its destination. The elders say we must let go of the shore, push off into the middle of the river, keep our eyes open and our hearts and our heads above water. And I say, see who is in there with you and celebrate. At this time in history, we are to take nothing personally, at least of all ourselves. For the moment that we do, our spiritual growth and journey come to a halt. The time for the lone wolf is over. Gather yourselves. Banish the word struggle from your attitude and your vocabulary. All that we do now must be done in a sacred manner and in celebration. We are the ones we've been waiting for. And this is attributed to an unnamed Hopi elder from Orabi, let me see, Orabi, Arizona. So I think this is really beautiful, and some of the things we want to look at as all of this uprising is going on, and we know that we are in the middle of a lot of shifting and changing. Where are we living? What are we doing? What are our relationships? Who are we connected with? Where is our water? Know our garden. Have you started growing some tomato plants, cucumber plants, watermelon plants, maybe planted a few fruit trees? Even if you live in a suburban area, have you started some container gardens, maybe on your back patio? There's always ways to do this. If you live in an apartment, you have a balcony or a outdoor area, you can do the same thing. It is time to speak your truth. Create your community. Be good to each other, and do not look outside yourself for the leader. I think these are so important, and these are so important to remember right now. I'd like to read a page that goes along with it, and just to say, one of my favorite guidebooks in these times is my book, which is my series of books, which is 21st Century Superhuman. Originally, the title was Quantum Lifestyle, but we have book one, Shift of the Ages, is out in the third edition, and it has the gold seal on the front. Make sure that you get that one. Right now, it's in paperback in Amazon, and the Kindle will be up in just a few days. We also are putting out a really special version of it for you where we have the readable ebook along with the audiobook together as one. So this is really exciting. We're just working on some special coding for that. So this quote, a quote from this, The Hopi Elders Speaks, is in my book. And my book is being called Our Books, There's a collective of us that are here together helping bring all this forward. We're in the middle. My husband is doing narration, and he's got an amazing voice. And he's actually translating the books into Spanish, and book one is already done. We're going to get that up really soon as well, if you know any Spanish speaking people. So the book is being called the guidebook for these times. And there's a reason why, because it has a lot of references in it to help us learn how to find inner balance in these times and help us feel safe and connected and have confidence that we know where we're going. These things are so important. So, for those of you who can stick around, I want to read the rest of this Hopi prophecy. This is the really beautiful part that's kind of been relayed to us. And then here's some backstory on it. Just let me get the right window open here. So, interestingly enough, and also on my background, I want to thank Joy Cooper Willett. I did nab one of your photos this morning and put it in the background of my screen here. And I know, Joy, I think you're out in Nevada right now. So, a beautiful Nevada sky right out in Hopi country. And this website that I'm going to read from is called rain.org. It is homeschool / Hopi Prophecy Collection.html. So it seems like a really beautiful website. It's also got some things in Spanish, current classes and activities. So you might check this out if you have kids at home that are looking for something to do. So really good stuff here. So this is called the Hopi Blue Star or Blue Kachina Prophecy. And this was written up by White Feather of the Bear Clan. Hopi elders pass warnings and prophecies from one generation to generation through oral traditions and reference to ancient rock pictographs and tablets. An ancient Hopi Indian prophecy states, when the blue star Kachina makes its appearance in the heavens, and there's been a lot of notations that this has possibly been in the process of happening. I'm not going to go into that today. The fifth world will emerge. And it's considered, the ancient prophecies say we've had four worlds up until now, and we're moving into the fifth world. And this great shift of the ages is moving from one age into the next on a great 25,000 year or 26,000 year cycle. This will be the day of purification. The Hopi name for star Sirius is the blue star Kachina. It will come when the Sasquatchona blue star Kachina dancers are in the plaza removes his mask. Hopi prophecy speaks of twin Kachinas, white and blue, twin merging of self, twin pyramids, DNA, twin towers falling. This is the first sign. We were told of the coming of the white-skinned men like Pahana, but not living like Pahana, men who took the land that was not theirs and who struck their enemies with thunder, guns. This is the second sign. Our lands will see the coming of spinning wheels filled with voices, covered wagons. This is the third sign. A strange beast like a buffalo, but with great longhorns, will overrun the land in large numbers, longhorn cattle. This is the fourth sign. The land will be crossed by snakes of iron, railroad tracks. This is the fifth sign. The land shall be crisscrossed by a giant spider's web, power and telephone lines. This is the sixth sign. The land shall be crisscrossed with rivers of stone that make pictures in the sun, concrete roads, and their mirage producing effects. This is the seventh sign. You will hear of the sea turning black and many living things dying because of it. Oil spills. This is the eighth sign. You will see many youth who wear their hair long like our people, the rainbow tribe, come and join the tribal nation to learn our ways and wisdom. The hippies, the rainbow tribe, those who have chosen to go back to the land, to become travelers, the new star seeds on the earth. And this is the ninth, the last sign. You will hear of a dwelling place in the heavens above the earth that shall fall with a great crash. It will appear as a blue star. Very soon after this, the ceremonies of the Hopi people will cease. These are the signs that great destruction is here. The world shall rock to and fro. The white man will battle people in other lands, those who possess the first light of wisdom. There will be many columns of smoke and fire, such as the white man has made in the desert not far from here. Those who stay and live in the places of the Hopi shall be safe. Then there will be much to rebuild, and soon, very soon afterward, Pahana will return. He shall bring with him the dawn of the fifth world. He shall plant the seeds of his wisdom in our hearts. Even now, the seeds are being planted. These shall smooth the way to the emergence into the fifth world. And it goes on and it tells about Prophecy Rock and where these prophecies are depicted. The Hopi Prophecy Rock clearly depicts three two-hearted individuals. A two-hearted person is one who thinks with his head rather than his heart. And we know now the heart is literally more powerful than the brain, like many, many, many times. So we want to remember to think with our hearts. We want to remember to listen to our hearts. We want to remember to go into our heart for guidance. I always say the heart is the only true compass. This is in reference to the left brain function of analytical thinking. A person who thinks with his heart uses the right brain function of intuitive thinking. Currently, modern man is out of balance because we live in a left brain dominated society. We place more emphasis on left brain modes of thinking versus right brain modes of thought. So that is that little backstory. And let's just read this one more time because it's so good. A Hopi elder speaks. You have been telling the people that this is the 11th hour. Now you must go back and tell the people that this is the hour and there are things to be considered. Where are you living? What are you doing? What are your relationships? Are you in right relation? Where is your water? Know your garden. It is time to speak your truth. Be good to each other and do not look outside yourself for the leader. Then he clasped his hands together and smiled and said, "This could be a good time. There is a river flowing now very fast. It is so great and swift that there are those who will be afraid. They will try to hold on to the shore. They will feel they are torn apart and will suffer greatly. Know that the river has its destination. The elders say we must let go of the shore, push off into the middle of the river, keep our eyes open and our heads above water. And I say, see who is in there with you and celebrate. At this time in history, we are to take nothing personally, least of all ourselves. For the moment that we do, our spiritual growth and journey comes to a halt. The time for the lone wolf is over. Gather yourselves. Banish the word struggle from your attitude and your vocabulary. All that we do now must be done in a sacred manner and in celebration. We are the ones we've been waiting for. And this is attributed to an unnamed Hopi elder from Orabi, Arizona. So I want to just remind everyone, breathe, smile, and love. Get your garden growing. Know who your companions and your compadres are. Find positive creation to participate in for yourself, for your family, because there's so much that we can be doing right now to actually be building for the new world that is coming. Okay, love you all. See you soon. Breathe, smile, listen to your heart. That's the most important.